Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, I know some people on the Twitter space are already crying that Bitcoin has dropped a little bit, but do not fear. We talked about possible pullbacks coming back down to roughly the 81,000 area to 80,500 area, right? And we even talked about possible pullbacks down to this order block over here, right? So the reason why I named these two key areas is because, ladies and gentlemen, well, for one, price likes to go into order blocks, right? It is very, very simple when you put it that way. Um, and we are starting to consolidate, but it is normal for there to be a pullback, right? Once we start getting to some kind of resistance, which we are right here, right? We can see the daily candles, right? Daily candles are closing here, daily candles are closing here. A little bit of pullback to probably have a push further up. Now, sometimes, you get a deep retracement, sometimes you don't. Technically, we don't have to get a deep retracement, which is why this was my first area I was looking at. Also, in terms of creating higher lows and higher highs, right? We have higher low, potentially creating a higher low. Now, at the moment, this doesn't seem like this is the reversal just yet. So we'll continue to monitor everything. But I do think things are turning around very, very slowly, right? I do believe the March candle is going to be a bit of a rejection candle, and I do believe it's going to be mainly consolidation towards the middle to end of the month, which is going to perfectly align for everything because I do believe April, May, June is going to be the start of the recovery, and then I believe a few months after that is going to be when the real pump starts. Okay, remember, things do take time in this market, right? We can't just go straight up. Everything works like a catapult. So when things get pulled back a lot, it's also why they can shoot up very fast, the upside, right? We've seen it when Bitcoin expanded from, let's just say, roughly 45K upwards of 72K, right? It happened within a span of a few short months, like 2 months, pretty much a month or so, right? Not even. It happened within it happened within a couple short weeks. So it expanded. It went from 42K to 72, and then we had a big cooling period, which I don't think we're gonna have a very big cooling period this time compared to last time, right? Last time we were cooling off for 7.5 months, but the context was different. We were looking to pretty much build a floor on top of this roof, while this time we are just getting a retest and pullback correction for the imbalance, correction for the $78,000 CME gap we had. And we shouldn't be here too long because we just were consolidating and retesting for so long. But right, you can see after we broke out roughly 7 months after, we went from roughly 62K upwards of 110,000. Okay, so price will move very, very fast. And when we talk about November 4th, we were at 67,000, and what, a week later we were at 93,000. So price will recover quickly, price will recover nicely, and once we start expanding, that probably will be it for this cycle. Now there are a few possibilities that I do want to talk about, right? I do want to talk about. The first one is, ladies and gentlemen, that if we expand too quick to the upside, we probably won't gain that much momentum, and we probably will top out a little earlier, right? We'll top out earlier, it'll have an earlier cycle. And not only that, not only will we have an earlier cycle, we'll have a smaller pump to the upside. Okay, so we might top out roughly 125, or even lower or slightly higher, but more or less, it is going to be not as strong. The price of all of our coins and everything would come faster to us, right? Altcoin season would come faster, but ultimately things would come to an end. The second possibility is that we will be looking to consolidate for a little longer, and then we're going to have a more slow, methodical buildup before we have a nice expansion, which would probably mean we get a bigger and nicer expansion, but things take longer. But also on the other side is that altcoin season would pump harder. Okay, remember, the higher the Bitcoin goes, the higher the Bitcoin dominance goes, is better for us. Think about it. A roller coaster that goes super, super high and then comes back down very steep will always be like, very, very fun, very, very fast. That's just how it is, right? A roller coaster that kind of does something like this, it's nice, but you're not really going to get anything like too wow in the context of making money. Okay. But a roller coaster that kind of does this and then it builds up like this, right? When you're up here, you're going to be crapping your pants, right? You're going to be crapping your pants, but then you have a quick drop, right? And in that quick drop, when Bitcoin dominance starts dropping, when, Bitcoin starts getting corrected and altcoin season's here, it's going to be way more fun, right? Way more fun. So that is the second option. And the third and worst option is if we consolidate for too long, fail to create higher highs, then we will be looking to go lower and the cycle would have been a flop. Okay. And yeah, those are pretty much the three main things that are looking to be happening. Of course, I guess hypothetically, we could just get a little bit sideways movement, go up here to create a lower high, and then go back down. But because all the liquidity is coming from the markets, because so many pro crypto news is coming out, so many things are being made, so many ETFs, just the fundamental structure at this current moment of us creating higher highs and most likely 99% creating higher lows. Um, you know, it it's not really going to be the option I believe we will get. Okay, I believe there will be one more expansion, and I do believe we are most likely going to look for scenario two. Right, scenario two doesn't mean, like I said, months of waiting, but it could be a couple of weeks. Even April and May could be the recovery. Right, March would be the sideways, April, May the recovery, and then after June and then all the other months are going to be the actual pump. Right, which I don't mind. I don't mind if things take longer, if things are being more methodical. I personally don't mind waiting a couple more months for a bigger pump for my altcoins, right? For my altcoins. Speaking about altcoins, we are going to dive here, right? Also, by the way, gold is creating new all-time highs, so you love to see that. But when it comes to altcoins, ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk about the altcoin dominance. We can see we are chilling and struggling at this moment, right? We are near bottoms. And I do believe, things will turn around. We have to see how we react off of this order block. At this current moment, right, we are creating consistent lower highs. So we do have to be careful of that. We do want to eventually see some type of break, a higher low, and then something like this to the upside. Because if we break below this zone, we would most likely come back all the way down to 6.5% dominance, which means your coins most likely would take another 40% hit from the lows they're currently at. So that wouldn't be the most ideal unless you're looking to obviously dollar cost average or get into the crypto markets at that time. Then for you, that would be perfect. But for many of us, wouldn't be the most ideal thing. But yeah, that is pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys did enjoy. That is the market overview. That is pretty much the update, right? Many good buying opportunities for coins like ICP, Turbo, Caspa, right? Generally speaking, they are at fantastic price, render, everything, right? Everything's at a discount. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.